do the introduction. Hello, everyone, and you're listening to the Fizz Popcast radio show. This is Beck with Hamish, and today we have special guests. Today we have Spike Green of the
Film Geek Collective.
Film Geek Collective, yes. And we have Elan Rie.
Hello.
There's
the Kentucky. Is it?
Okay.
No. I mean, yes, there is some Kentucky in there, but you gotta knock off Kentucky thrown in there. That's the main part.
That's right.
Not really Kentucky, fake Kentucky. And for the first time ever, we have Thea.
Thea Riley.
Thea Riley, who
Billboard
is
sensation and radio play debutante.
And what a way to be introduced to all of us.
Woo.
Through the chaos.
The year we were small and perfect.
Today we are doing The Year We Were Small and Perfect, inspired by what I imagine, because I could only see the part not covered by a mask, one of the most beautiful young men I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
But are the listeners ready is the question.
No one is ready. No one is ready for any of this.
Prepare yourselves.
My mother has had to live with this for almost 40 years, and she has never been ready for me. Okay, so
that's a good preface, I think. It's a good disclaimer.
All right. Let's begin. The Year We Were Small and Perfect, an absurdist play of the futility of youth, to be performed in ombre with apologies. Our players are Aconite Crimson Seed, a most beautiful youth of 19. We know this because his belongings say so. He is small in stature with inquisitive eyes and a small beauty mark. Delphinia Cornrows, a brilliant young woman well-versed in herbs and tinctures, tall with copper red hair, to be played with due pride in self. Torx Papersmith, a hard-headed idealist with a certain penchant for getting oneself into situations not so sure of. Consequence. Tanzanite Holding, a quiet soul of green with soft edges and a nougat center. Flippancy Aerosol, 200 squirrels in a human suit. Our devices are a papier-mâché elephant, 24 cucumber, manhole cover round, a single shoelace, the hope of a raven, the mule of a newborn, and snake seed. The setting, the play area of a children's park in post-war San Marino, surrounded by empty wine casks for atmosphere and aroma. The audience is instructed to stand and shout to announce the start of the performance.
Oh, we got insurance, that's right.
Finally.
Australian joke.
Finally, a day of peace, my friends, with no sirs or misses, wrapping out the old tattoo our fathers wrote of infernal study and flag loyalty.
Would you have the college mocked, our marks be dragged, and our crest be spoiled? One would think yourself learned, Torx, and not a boy of books.
Book taught, but not book thought. Flippancy. Now, where is this campus beauty who has stolen the hearts of all the proctors, whom the tutors call so exquisite in form and function that the earth moves for only he?
Tanzanite enters, messing about with the papier-mâché elephant, and while showing some great hesitation, ventures to speak. You speak of aconite?
Nary, I guess. For what a word is uttered on this campus, those words are of our aconite.
Our? He do not have you or any. Perfection is a lonely place when one who possesses the desire of others does not desire to be possessed.
If he would desire, would you be possessed?
Not for the world. for my heart could not take the melancholy threat of losing such a possession. For once he were in my hand, his leaving would be just as assured.
Speak, Tanzanite, you too love him well.
No better than any other, and no worse, and no more well for loving. They all laugh at their folly and mess about with the elephants, pasting bits of color paper to the floor. All at once, the scene turns azure, and hearts flutter as Aconite enters the scene. He delves into his waistcoat pocket and brings forth a hand of snakeseed.
The papier-mâché elephant is nearly prepared, and the timing most opportune, for I've spent the early hours collecting snakeseed and long to rid my waistcoat of the stuff.
What? Snakeseed? I've not heard of such an herb. Though I not be so well versed as Delphinia, I feel my time spent in books would have given a chance to see the name at least once.
No, no such herb nor root, not branch nor bulb is there by that name, common or other.
The group twitters and coos. Oh,
Then how is this mythical, imaginal, magical seed in that hand? Tell me that his desire to possess would make fictional fancy ineffable fact.
I was tasked with the gathering of the fair seed, and truly I confess it was found with much ease.
Such person of perfection is vexing. My trick revealed, I hope to hide this one away to work my charms, but in my actions I have altered the fabric of reality itself now that it be spun with that which makes this man.
I find myself in your debt, as you have laboured upon the elephant, and I, given such an easy task, was led to wander those Viridian glades, where I did meet no less than 3 fairy folk, who offered me their very lives to do my service.
Is this fairy folk that even the imaginations of sweet Aconite would come to him in flesh and offer themselves up to him? 'Tis a wondrous horror. Pray, my loves, do not mention any foul or horrid thing that he might bring it to me with his sweet gaze.
Aconite places the snake seed in a small mound on the floor. None dare touch it for fear.
Stands to reason, if my reasoning stands, that Aconite is more magic than mortal, though he know it not himself.
Would cover such a bevy of mysteries merely past a serendipity or happenstance. They gathered to discuss the issue, neglecting the work on the papier-mâché elephant. Tanzanite exits to procure 2 dozen cucumber, which the collected group consumes with such a cacophony of crunches.
Are we all bewitched? I say he is as the sun, but as the sun I cannot reach, and yet I cannot stay my hand.
Now would we become dining on that which even the swine will not consume?
What do you mean, flippancy? What of pigs and swine?
Not but a tale my grandfather told, that while the portulent porcine will eat even their own brethren, the humble cucumber is trampled beneath cloven hoof.
Regard this cake I have found, such a heavy cake. Surely it will satisfy any appetite and fortify our blood, as it contains much iron. Holding a manhole cover, it is made of iron and embellished with numbers, such as found on a city street. No one likes Tanzanite's attempt at humor and scoff. Aconite re-enters, cloaked in the hope of a raven.
This will not stand!
Ha-ha! What has befallen our steadfast Torx? See how he rattles and shakes? Is it envy of my cloak which is woven by the wind from the very hope of ravens?
Torx is absolutely not having any of this.
Is one thing to be pretty perfection, Aconite, to have the professors profess their passion and the lecturer languish in love and the dean demand your...
It's quite enough.
I beg pardon. It appears that in my state I have forgotten myself. I shall not forget that today in this place all the warm feelings I held for you have turned to animosity.
The journey from love to hate is a short one indeed.
Truly. Let us remember that time spent pining will leave one with splinters.
The life of lust can make one quite rash.
They continue to make jokes at the expense of Torix, who, seething in anger, amuses himself with a shoelace.
Henceforth, Aconite shall be my rival.
Even I must confess that it's highly unlikely.
What for do you make such a bold statement?
One cannot rival that which he does not match, and it is known our Aconite has no match.
Aconite shoots to his feet with a great speed in a flurry.
The match! It's nearly 2 and 4 and the game begun. Make haste, my friends. Make haste.
The elephant shall serve in current state, though the hindquarters be near bare.
Aconite we dare not touch, yet we needs must gather the mystic snake seed up, for we know not its function. Mayhap it serve to turn the score in our favor.
You would choose mischief and magic in our friendly college game? For shame.
For victory, we must even love the mount, and should this seed serve that purpose, Aconite shall have purchased my affections once again.
Such fickle folly suits you well. I would welcome your pursuance once again, as meaningless as it may be. Now come, friends and lovers, to the field.
They gather up their belongings and, pushing the papier-mâché elephant, depart with a jovial hurrah. Flippancy tarries a moment after.
Another day done, another day older. Youth is fleeting and a futile pursuit, and I, but a player, a spy incognito, am simply 200 squirrels in a human suit.
Flippancy runs after the others, and in the distance the mewl of a newborn child is heard. End. Note, my mobile phone automatically corrected several words, and I do not recall what I intended to write, so I decided to leave it to fate. Those words being mostly mount.
And
I like how it becomes plural, but it's mount.
Love of the, well, it was actually love of the mount. That entire phrase was not what I wrote.
Yeah.
What is the love of the mount for the love of the mount? But the problem is it corrected that, meaning that at some point I actually wrote the phrase love of the mount.
That
right.
does exist as a possibility.
Hopefully I was talking about a mountain.
For the YouTube audience, let's take our bows. So, yay, Ilan!
Okay.
Yay, Thea! Yay, George!
Thank you. Thank you.
Beck, and someone else.
Yay!
Yay, Hamish!
All right.